rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Got a few people coming through to hang out with us, man. We looking to have a good time tonight. Talk about a few things like the Knicks Media Day and how we feel coming out of training camp. Let me send this thing to my man. My bad. My bad, Wiz. I should have sent that already, man, but y'all know how it is with this thing, man. It's a lot of stuff to do. So y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? What's good, party people? Let's start this thing off right. All right. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears. Bam. Let's go. All right. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Scream. What's good, party people?
What's poppin'?
And it was a busy day. Let me first apologize to Nick G for my fantasy football team laying the smack it down on Nick G. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Nick G. But so Coach, I wanted to get into a few things, man. I took some notes from earlier. Let me ask you this though: Did you see an appearance by Cam Reddish or Quentin Grimes?
I did not.
Okay.
Did
Maybe
they release something?
Maybe they are the day two guys.
Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe they are the day two media guys. You know how the Knicks tend to stretch this thing out, like everybody take turns and all that stuff. So hopefully at some point we get to see Quentin Grimes and Cam Reddish.
This is the kind of night I'm rocking tonight.
Oh, what is that? Is that unsweetened tea?
No, that's some straight from Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Puerto Rican rum.
Oh, my bad.
Unfortunately, I don't have any ice made, so I got to do this old school.
Old school. Old school.
Little straight with a chaser.
Yeah, man. So we didn't see Grimes or Cam Reddish, but we did get to see. We got a lot of RJ Barrett. We got a lot of Julius Randle. We got some Derrick Rose, some Fournier, some Mitch, some Obi. Right. How much of it did you get to see? Did you get to see a large portion of this, or was it bad timing?
No, I saw the whole sketchy Monica McNutt thing with they did Randall dirty. It just so happened when he got interviewed, it was muted. I'm like, conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. Yeah.
Nah, but the rest of that I saw. Then I saw all the sit downs with when they addressed the media questions and all that stuff. So I got to see all that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I broke it down a little earlier for Love of the Game with shout out to Harwell and Worldwide L.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my fellows, man.
We talked about that a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'd love to talk about it some more. I didn't get a chance to really elaborate as much as we could. There was a lot to see, a lot to take in.
Right. The first thing I noticed is that RJ Barrett does look bigger, and I don't know if that is a RJ looks bigger because of regular sized human beings being around him, like the photography crew.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So maybe RJ Barrett look bigger and stronger around normal human beings, or if it was maybe the kid just packed on some pounds, maybe shredded up. Because when he asked, the guy was like, "Man, are you 6'9"? He's like, "No, I'm 6'7". The photographer,
he was because he was right there with Randall as far as size. I mean, obviously he was a couple inch and a half, 2 inches shorter, but.
Oh, right. No doubt.
Delay now.
Yeah, man. So RJ definitely looked ready. RJ definitely looked like he was ready to do something.
Oh yeah, I liked his vibe. Everyone's vibe was good.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Got to see. I mean, I don't know how you want to break it down. If you want to go talk about each guy, you want to talk about.
Well, I was getting ready to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do your thing, brother.
Yeah, man. So RJ looked like he was a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell he looked stronger. But in the interview with Monica McNutt, when she asked him about what he had been working on during the summer, he mentioned a few things, right? So he mentioned the fact that he had been working on a floater. He mentioned that briefly, like, I'm saying, a floater game, just briefly. He mentioned getting more explosive off the bounce, and he mentioned free throws. And so those are probably the things that Knicks fans had a major concern with RJ last year anyway.
Right. And he mentioned the word efficiency too.
Yeah, multiple times. I was gonna get to that. Just mentioning, like, just breaking down the one thing at a time. When he said free throws, you could tell free throws was a point of emphasis going into the summer. Like free throws, man. Free throws. Because in Julius Randle's interview, he mentioned RJ shooting free throws better as a passing joke. And it went it went over the head of some of the people in there, but others that caught on laughed hysterically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. And so RJ's efficiency, I think RJ is definitely wanting to be more efficient, but I think their thing is they want to take this team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal is this team getting back to the playoffs. That's what I got from RJ Barrett. Mm-hmm. So what'd you get from RJ?
I saw a humble, confident young man who was comfortable in his skin. He was comfortable in his New York Knicks jersey.
Right.
And he seems like a man that that knows what he wants to do, and that is ready to take the next step. I mean, obviously he says the words he needs to say right now, but I think he's ready to show some things, action.
Right.
He's ready for that action on the floor. I think he's ready to show what the kind of work he put in. I'm very impressed with players that are self-aware. You know, they're aware of their shortcomings, what they need to work on, and if he truly did work on his craft and fix the things he said he fixed. And I like the way he said each year, a little bit at a time, You know, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing's good comes easy, you know? Right. So it sounds like he's been putting in that work. And I just like the humble vibe that he that he portrays, you know?
Right. No doubt.
I really think the way they laid this out today, I think the not that it wasn't already, but the baton has been handed to him. Like, this is his team. Even the little gestures throughout the picture taking and all that stuff, and, you know, we'll probably get to all that. But, you know, RJ was the first guy that came out, took the pictures. He was the first one to be talked to. I almost feel like, remember that thing on the after party we did the other night when we talked about who was most important and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, the Knicks kind of did their own version of that, I think, with this. Like, RJ came out first, and then Brunson and Randall and D Rose and Obi, you know, like all these, you know, I think they have some ideas for Obi this year too.
I think so.
You know,
I got that vibe.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll talk about him. I liked his little snip. I didn't see him talk to the sit down media thing. Maybe his part will be in day 2, hopefully, but I'd like to see what he has to say about himself.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm excited about just seeing Knicks players in Knicks jerseys.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I'm just excited about basketball being back. Right? Like, no more dragging dead bodies through the summer. No more talking about such and such game we lost because such and such happened, and any of that stuff. It's onward and upward with this new season, and with the players that we know we have, and we can root for them, you know, as hard as we can, or in our own special ways. Right. Like, we all don't have to root for the team and say somebody's specific way. Right. So,
what's up, Queen?
Yeah, the Queen is in the building.
Queen's in the building.
BK Steph is in the building. What's good? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about the fact that we have basketball, coach. You know what I'm saying? Man. We don't have to. No more front office speculation. No more. Last year, Coach Tibbs did such and such and such.
Yeah,
it's all about what's going to happen next Tuesday night.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So what was it? So ultimately, my takeaway is from the beginning of the live stream is that RJ Barrett is the franchise player.
Yeah, agreed.
That's my takeaway. Now, does that mean he is going to get carte blanche to do whatever he wants? No. It's more like a rich young prince scenario where you already have a established hierarchy, but he is the future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I took away from that. But I also saw that Derrick Rose is in immaculate shape, coach. He lost 21 pounds.
Yeah, man.
He
looks different than that guy that was in the drive-thru.
Yeah. or on that fishing picture. I had that fishing picture.
Mm-hmm.
Where Derrick Rose looked like somebody fat uncle.
Yeah.
With his shirt off. Oh my God, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, you can't play point guard at 6'2", 214.
Right.
That's probably too big.
Yeah, especially when your wheels are a little squeaky.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you look good.
Yeah. 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 Derrick Rose, East Blue Drew was right. Derrick Rose said he got down to his rookie weight. That's impressive. That's impressive. You know what I mean?
I mean, I know when I was 33, I wasn't at my rookie weight.
Me either, man. Me either. Derrick Rose. Exactly. BK Steph said Derrick Rose said he's down to 194, 193, 194, down from 214. Yeah. That's a lot of weight. My issue is with Derrick Rose being at at that weight. Will he be able to stand the pounding of I'm going to say 70 game schedule? Because at his age, you don't want him playing 82 games. Especially with his injury history. I don't know if you want him playing 82 games. I don't know if that's good for him or good for the team.
Right. Well, I think luckily his game has adapted to where he doesn't. I mean, he still plays hard. Don't get me wrong. I mean, D Rose is D Rose. He's got that motor. You don't know how to dial that back, But as far as he's obviously not as explosive as he used to be. Going all the way to the rim and all that stuff.
Right.
But he does have a nice little layup package still, So he is going to get bumped a little bit, and and he's going to be landing awkwardly sometimes, and but being the less weight now, like East Blue Drew just said, I was just about to say that, it's less stress on the body, on the joints.
Right.
When you're carrying a couple like 20, 30 extra pounds, sometimes that happens.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, if he's comfortable at that, with the way his game is now, like he does have he can have a nice little wet little mid game.
Yep.
Mid range jumper. His pick and roll game has always been nice. So, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. And obviously Tibbs won't have to be tempted to overplay him because now he's got JB in the mix. So I think his, for the people, for the doubters out there that worry about Rose and trusting him, we don't have to trust on him like what we have to. I mean, unless God forbid something happens to JB. I don't even want to say it out loud, but
right.
Unfortunately, since Rose has been a Knick, both his tenures, he wound up taking on more minutes than he was probably originally supposed to,
right? Because
of what happened with injuries and all that stuff. So,
one of the things one of the major things I saw throughout the course of media day was the Knicks just seemed to have fun, right?
Yeah.
There were smiles everywhere, and players were relaxed. So, and Coach, I want to get to what was said by Randall and Obi and quickly, but I want to ask you this, and this is a question for the chat as well. Chat, with the big energy today from the Knicks, with everyone smiling and things of that sort, do you believe that's a media day thing where it was forced, or do you believe that this team that has been together for some years now, aside from Jalen Brunson, of course, has what they call team chemistry and they like each other? So is it a media thing? Is it a media day thing where you force yourself to smile and interact, or do these guys genuinely like being around each other? What are you thinking, Coach?
No, I mean, I really think it's pretty genuine. And not to be a homer and too positive, but that's my mindset going into this thing, and I think it's their mindset going into this. Especially when I saw when they did like the 3-way photo with RJ, Brunson, and Randall. There was like the little playfulness, with the ball and the little smirks and the smiles, and
Right.
a lot of these dudes are the personalities that these guys have. I don't think we have one of those like just fake it for the media corporate type guys on this team. Like a lot of these guys I think are the real article, the real deal kind of guys. I think they they wear their emotions on their sleeve. Guys like RJ and Jalen I think are company guys. They'll somewhat toe the line when it comes to saying the right things and all that stuff, because they know they're probably the face of the franchise,
Right.
So, but they have the little moments where the little jabs and the smirks and the So I really feel that they genuinely like each other.
I felt that when Julius Randle grabbed RJ and put his arm around RJ and the big photo part, where the big white thing was that came all the way around down on the floor, and he grabbed RJ, man, and rubbed RJ head and put his arm around RJ. For one, I was like, wow, these dudes look like they're around the same height.
Yeah.
But
I know.
But it was about perspective. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Julius Randle is 6'6". That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that moment there, that moment of playfulness, I think is two dudes that have been together long enough to understand the struggle of being in New York and trying to win.
Right.
And kind of have formed a professional relationship, but also kind of like each other.
Yeah, I see like a big brother situation, with Julius and Randall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and someone like JB, who's been, even though he's been on another team, he's, excuse me, he's been close to the situation because of his relationship with Tibbs, and now that his dad's over here too, obviously,
right?
He I think that a lot of those guys, they have relationships and an appreciation and respect for other dudes that are good at their craft, and it's one of those things where, especially, when you see like the All-Star games and all the pickup games, the pro-ams and all that stuff you see that go around, that when you meet other professionals and other ballers, you just right off the bat you have a respect for their game, a respect for who they are as a person, especially when you're someone like Jalen Brunson. So for him, I think the chemistry is going to be pretty quick, especially because, that was another thing I saw Jalen Brunson talk about, when he got to work with Julius in the off season, and when they did some of that pro-am stuff and in the summer. So I'm excited, man. I mean, I really am. I'm genuinely. I haven't been this optimistic going into a season, as far as not the ceiling of like where I think we're going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals or anything crazy like that, but I really feel this team is going in the right direction, and it's. I think it's being done in a way.
Well, to that thing though, if this is just a media day thing, or if it's of these cats have chemistry thing, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I feel like the fact that they had to be there for it
right?
Kind of played some into it, some.
Yeah, of course.
But when you get there with it's like going to school. You know, when you was a kid, it was hard for you to wake up and get ready to go to school. But then when you got to school and saw your homeboys, you know what I'm saying, you want to kick it. Yeah, I think it's
you
like
excited
one of those,
to,
yeah, I think it's kind of like one of those things when you were elaborating on what you know what I'm saying, when you get in your bag just now. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, you know, maybe it's one of those type scenarios where, you know, I gotta do this media thing, and then you get there and you see the staff, like all the people that make the organization run, and the players, because it's cool being there, but an organization is not made up of just players,
right?
So you got all your behind the scenes people, you know what I'm saying, the media people, they're from MSG, the people that you know what I'm saying, the players know because of all the interviews and all the media stuff that's required by the players. So the fans see these players. Even when RJ sat down next to that little girl, both of them were like comfortable in that setting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. I think both of them were comfortable.
Yeah, and you know, to address some of the guys, you know, in chat, you know, I see like JJ and some other guys that are like, how can we be content with being a play-in team and content with mediocrity? You know, it's it's not that we're content with it and we're here to accept that, but when you're talking how
had a fly on the wall, bro.
I know I'm about to say you're swatting over there. You know, when you've been started from the bottom, now we're here, you know, kind of situation.
Right.
You know, when you've been at rock bottom so much, like the Knicks have been pretty much for a while now.
Right.
It's not that we're content and we're satisfied with it. It's just that we're positive and we're happy that we're at least taking that step. And because we have these assets, and we have young players, and we have draft picks, that in the end, even though we have those things, we still, I feel, will have a competitive team to where even in the East, that's a lot stronger than it's been in a while. Right. You know, it's gotten better, obviously. Right. If we can be competitive and be a playing team, or if the ceiling's there where, you know, we're a 6 seed or something crazy, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's just a trajectory that we need to be on. And I think the Knicks fans get in this get rich quick scheme feeling where it's got to be, we got to be all in, and, you know, right away. Like, teams aren't supposed to be built like that. Like, that's why sometimes I wish that season 2 years ago didn't happen, because all of a sudden this knee jerk reaction of an expectation kicked in where, like, oh, you know, we were the 4 seed or whatever, you know, and, you know, then we fell off. But, you know, and you don't think about all the factors that came into play, you know, with that.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about any of that stuff, bro.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm taking it, like, you know, one step at a time. Just in the mindset, just excited to see Knicks. I'm excited to see Knicks players with Knicks jerseys on. I'm excited to see media availability. You know, excited to see, you know what I'm saying, Mitch healthy, walking around. You know what I'm saying? Excited to see Obi. Mm-hmm. It's just one of these, you know, the situation where, you know, at the end of September, we get to see Knicks in jerseys, and we hadn't seen it since the middle of April.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the small victories, the small things as they come along. I don't want to project anything just yet, because we hadn't seen anything yet. We won't know anything until things start happening tomorrow. But tomorrow will come, and I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
Anybody know what song that is? Tomorrow will come, and I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Yeah, anybody know what song that's from?
I mean, I can't think of it. But I know about. I can't wait another minute.
Yeah.
I can't wait another minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's high five. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the high five joint. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So the excitement, what I'm doing is I don't want to say, dampen others' enthusiasm. I'm only speaking from Uncle Freezy's perspective, right? Like I'm excited about late September, seeing the guys run around, and I hadn't seen the guys run around or walk around today. You know what I'm saying? So as far as seeing jerseys moving since middle of April, and it was a stressful time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So nobody guessed it, right? So I'm gonna put the name of the song in the chat, right? Tomorrow Will Come and I Can't Wait. I'm gonna put the name of the song in the chat just real quick. Just for those that keep up with stuff like music.
It's your anniversary.
Yeah.
Is that Tony?
That is. Tomorrow Will Come and girl, I can't wait. It's our anniversary. Yeah. But in terms of what we have, man, I really can't wait to see the others. I really can't wait to see Quentin Grimes and Cam Reddish. You know what I mean? Deuce McBride, Isaiah Hartenstein. I can't wait to see them guys. Because the thing about Hartenstein is, since we signed him, you hadn't seen him talk much or at all.
Right. So I want to see him, man. I hope they really do talk to him. Like, I hope there's a thing and they do or something, because
like put him out there so he can talk to us.
Yeah, because I've seen him in other interviews, and he's very he's got a good personality. You know what I'm saying? He's very businesslike. You can tell he's been groomed.
Right.
He's been a professional since he's been a young guy.
Yeah.
And them European guys are groomed a certain way. Because they have the academies and all that stuff. And he, the stuff I've seen from him before in interviews is he's another one that he works on his craft and tries to work on at least one or two things every off season. And that's what I think. That's the mantra of this team, especially with RJ. Like RJ said the same thing.
Right.
There's not this knee-jerk reaction to fix everything in one off season. There's no quick fix with this.
Right.
And I think the way we're doing it right now, even though we didn't get, the guy that can't be named and all that stuff, I think we're still in a position to be competitive, and we have assets to build on that. Whether it be drafting more help or using those to get something else to add to what we've been doing. And for some of these guys out there that all they know is failure. We have a whole fan base of young cats that are about 35 and younger that don't know any better than the Knicks are just straight trash. So it's hard for them to be optimistic, and I get that, and I respect that. I'm there with you. Yeah,
but that's dragging dead bodies though, because they don't know
exactly.
We really don't know what this team right here is capable of yet.
Right.
All right, and then plus, like no matter what talk you throw out there, no matter how you speculate, going forward, you really don't know. You don't know if the best team is in the Eastern Conference is going to be the best team in the Eastern Conference again.
Yeah,
you don't know that yet.
Because they have some turmoil going on with the whole coach. We haven't talked about that because, it's not our team. But that Udoka situation, I'm sorry, but when your coach is out of the mix, they're a talented team.
Especially this late in the process.
Right.
Especially this late in the process, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if the Celtics are going to be that team. you don't know if Milwaukee is going to be that team again. Like Milwaukee got hit with injuries last year. You don't know if Milwaukee is not going to get hit with injuries again. Milwaukee is always hit with injuries. The one year they stayed healthy, they won a championship, right? But for the most part, Milwaukee is that team that is always injured. Coach, you remember Jabari Parker?
Oh, yeah.
You remember the Jabari Parker injuries and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And one would say if it were not for the number 2 pick in the draft getting hurt and being out, their number 15 pick would not have got as much run as small forward.
Yeah, because, at that time, Jabari was seen as someone as a just as good or better.
He was the franchise
option. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the franchise. He was better than Giannis. And we're not for those 2 years back to back where Parker goes down with significant injuries. Giannis may not get minutes. You know what I'm saying? So not saying that Giannis wouldn't become the player that he is. What I'm saying is slow down on the, Brooklyn is better than us thing already. I know Brooklyn has Durant and Kyrie. I get it. I understand that. And Ben Simmons, and I get it.
Yeah, playoffs aren't won on paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. On paper, they look pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a Warren Moon Houston Oilers if playoffs are won on paper.
Right, exactly.
Right. Ask who else was good? Ask the early 90s Detroit Lions if playoffs were won on paper. Or
the Lakers with Nash and Malone. Remember they had all them dudes together?
That should have been a real thing.
Yeah.
That should have been a real thing. But to Coach's point, playoffs are not won on paper. So what I'm getting at is I understand that it may be an uphill climb. I get it. I'm realistic.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you guys right now is I'm just in the moment right now, just glad that the Knicks are back on the court.
Like, I am too. And as far as glass half full for me, because that's my mindset this year. Like, I've been let down so long as a Knicks fan that I'm guilty of this. Call me guilty. I've been a glass half empty guy for a minute now, for over a decade. But I'm literally, this is the first season that I've been tempted to and feel like being a glass half full guy, because I really feel the talent of this roster between the young guys, the vets we do have, like the top 10 guys in the quote unquote rotation, even though we probably shouldn't rotate 10 guys, most teams don't. I like our 1 through 10. Yes, our starting lineup isn't as talented and on paper isn't as great as some other teams' top 5. You know what I'm saying? But I really think our ceiling, with the talent we do have, this is, and this may be a hot take, this is the most talented going into the season roster that the Knicks have had in a very long time. Who can't say that now? And it doesn't mean I'm happy with and content with only staying at this. This is a good starting off point. I was sipping some Puerto Rican rum, which is now empty. So I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. I'm chasing with a little wild cherry Pepsi. So yeah, I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling nice right now. Now don't get it twisted. The second they doing shit wrong, I will be letting them know. I will be speaking out. But I'm not talking about a ring or none of that crazy business. But with that being said, if you look at all the other rosters in the East, okay, yes, there are a lot of very talented teams. Cleveland, okay, On paper, it looks good. However, we're not that far removed from this super team that was built in Miami back in the day with LeBron and Bosh and Wade and all them cats. That stuff takes time. You can't just slap a team together and win it all. You know, they're because if that team couldn't win it all, then I mean, you know, with the talent they had, that just shows there's more to it than just putting talent together. You know,
right.
And sometimes having a bunch of very good guys might be better than having three elite guys, and then the rest of the guys are figuring out their place on the team. You know, so there's a chemistry thing that happens there. You know,
right.
So I'm not saying the way we've built it is right or better, but for right now, this is what we got.
Right.
Now, do we have the kick down the door, look at us team? You know, you got guys like, you know, teams like Philly, you know, you got Embiid and Hart, you know, guys that will start on any team in the NBA type guys. And yeah, it looks good to have those guys at the top of the food chain, you know, at the top of your roster. But then you start looking at the second tier guys and your bench guys on those teams. Like I feel comfortable with. That's where I think our team catches up to those other teams. I think when our replacements go in the game, some of our second unit guys go in the game, that's where we close the gap as far as competitiveness goes.
Okay.
Especially if Derrick Rose stays healthy, IQ ascends to the next level of his game. Obi takes steps forward. Hartenstein's talent with more minutes starts to shine, hopefully. You know, when Grimes hopefully turns into what everyone thinks he's going to turn into. Right. And obviously Cam Reddish, you know, which, you know, we're still figuring out that part. Like, I don't know with the press conference and all that stuff, you know, they had Fournier in there and he was very eloquent. He was a very classy guy. Like, he said all the right things. He's a pro's pro, that guy. You know what I'm saying? It's hard not to like Fournier. I mean, he's a good dude. You know, he's a team guy. You know, I don't want him to just be shunned away because, you know, he's got some talent. He's got something that can help us, but he's in the way, you know, for some other guys.
As long as those guys can step up,
right?
That's the thing. As long as those guys can step up, but I would say from what I heard from Derrick Rose today, I'm excited that Derrick Rose took this offseason to get into really good shape.
Yes.
And you could tell he showed up. He went out, did his thing without his shirt on. He's proud of that body. He's showing that body off.
Hey, Freezy, I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom, brother.
All right.
I'm solicited.
Yep. Let me. I'll pull you down. Hold on. Let me. Yeah. So, I'm excited about the potential of a Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose sounded good in the interview process. You know, Derrick Rose is one of those two that feels like, and I heard him say this numerous times. Derrick Rose is one of those people that feel like if you're not involved, then you really shouldn't say anything. Right. I have always been in the mindset where the right thing to say is the right thing to say, regardless if you're involved or not. Right. The right thing to say is the right thing to say all the time. You know, Soulfinger is nuts. Soulfinger says, he heard about you showing his fishing and that Uncle Elroy body he had. Yeah. Adam G is in the building. What's good, Adam G? What's good, man? Yeah, man. Maybe that is what motivated my man. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe he always wanted to get there and couldn't due to injury. You never know. But what I'm gonna say about Derrick Rose is that a cat with that much talent and athleticism and accomplishment and all that, you can't ever count out a Derrick Rose. You can't ever count out a cat like Derrick Rose, who has achieved so much in the league. Wiz, what's good?
What's up, superstar?
El Presidente.
Where's Coach?
Bem.
Oh, okay. What's up, Coach?
What's up, brother?
Trying to interrupt your dialogue. I know you were going with Fisher, D Rose's body. That Uncle Freezer was just in all summer with a little baby fish there.
Yeah.
You kept piling up there. And but before I move on, I just wanted to just say, Saquon Barkley, thank you very much. Okay, we can go ahead. Because Uncle Freezer called me the moment he scored a touchdown to go. We just need Saquon to get the ball one time, and we can bring Coach back to a 2-1 like the rest of us can be.
Yeah, you got me.
Did I not bring you good luck though? Was I not the good luck charm?
It was perfect timing. And thanks
the injury bug caught up to my team finally. You got me. Well played, sir.
Strong too, though, Coach. Your bench is strong.
I know, man. Trust me. I saw Singletary and
94%.
all these guys, man. It's one of them things,
Yeah. And right back to D Rose, man. Yeah, I mean, I think you did it on Freezy. He got to give you like consultant fee or something or trainer's fee.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, man. Let me just do this real quick. The super chat that's out here. Salute Freezy, salute Coach, salute to the chat. I am confident with the proper rotations, our team can win more games than expected. Yep. Kerry Cooper, thank you for your generous contribution. Yo, we appreciate that. We appreciate that, man. Those things go a long way here, man. I've been having like this weirdest stretch of bad news. You know what I'm saying here lately? I'm like, God, dog it, man.
Yeah, bless you and your
man.
I found Freezy, man.
Yeah, so I found out about a month ago that my little sister's breast cancer came back, and for somebody that worked that hard, and somebody that worked that hard. And trying to be a blessing to everybody, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't expect her to do that. And then we find out today that Miss Mocha has breast cancer.
Oh.
So now I found out my wife got breast cancer. Man.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, so it's been a weird stretch, man. It's been like this weird stretch of things. But we're gonna try to do the best we can, man, around here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just asking for y'all to be patient with me as I go forward with the channel and the channels. Because everything, things, I had a rock solid schedule at one point, and then things around here got kind of dicey.
So,
yeah, and so the schedule for everything will probably be, more sketchy, more inconsistent. Just, man, all I'm saying is, just turn your notifications on, have your notifications on. And when I dip in and out of certain things, I'll try to jump on. I try to be as consistent as I can. But family come first. Y'all know that.
Of course.
Yeah,
we're here for
you, man.
We're here for you, brother. Either way, man. You know that. We support.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And the reason why I bring that up is I generally don't get into all that stuff on the air. But I want to say that so to the family members that's following Blorange Tears was wondering why the Knicks morning drive is like up and down, like where's he at? Why he not here? It's just been a bunch of stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be more consistent where I can. Where I can't, I'm not. And it's not even up for debate. Where I gotta be there for my people, I'm gonna be there for my people. And then when I can talk Knicks, I'll be here. Yeah, y'all know how I am, man.
We got your back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Say my best and a sister. Okay. But you, man. We're gonna get
if I was gonna suffer my first loss in fantasy, I couldn't have picked a better person to take me this week, brother.
Thank you.
I'm glad I can accommodate you this week.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All I can say is enjoy while it lasts, because it ain't happening again.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
So Finger, how you doing, brother?
Oh,
Hey,
Finger.
what's going on? Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, shout out to the chat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna just say this real quick. Freeze. Prayers to you and Miss Mocha. I do believe because my mother-in-law is a breast cancer and stomach cancer survivor. So,
Oh man, that's a blessing, bro.
So I got all the faith and that y'all gonna be all right.
Yeah, man.
And you got my number. You know how we get down. If you need me, just call, Freeze. I got you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No doubt. I'm gonna have to start buying some pink stuff to rock to let people know that we fighting. But yeah, man. So Finger, what was your takeaway from Media Day, man? How was your
Man, I've been able to, get in and get some glimpses. Hadn't been able to really get down and check it out, but I caught Jalen Brunson. I'm excited because the season's starting. It's right around the corner. You can taste it.
Yeah.
You can smell it. It's staring you in the face. We on that downhill tumble, and the good thing about it is we can go away from all the speculation. We can ready to go from all the speculations we've been having and all the who shot John and this, that, and the third action that we've been having, and Knicks fans going back and forth at one another over this and whatever else. I'm excited to see what we got. I want to see, and one thing I like what Jalen Brunson said in the interview is what I've said. He said it. I'm not the savior. However, I think I can unlock some of these guys on the team. I've been screaming it for the longest.
You see how you mentioned Mitch, right?
Yeah, he mentioned Mitch.
He's like, yo, Mitch is active. He said something along the lines like most teams don't have a Mitch. Mitch is active. Mitch is gonna be something. Just that alone got me excited. I was in how you in the doctor's office and they have like the TV on the wall playing some weird daytime show.
Mm-hmm.
And you got your headphones and your phone and you listening, and it's like the missus talking to me. She like, hey, did you see that Ferrari that just drove through the waiting room? It had an elephant driving. And I was like, yeah, I'm all right. I don't need nothing to eat. She kind of catch you off guard to see if you're listening, and you're not really paying attention because you got your Knicks stuff in your ear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was some of that going on.
And I was gonna say, what else is a good thing too? They got rid of those take files.
Yeah, man.
And so that's a blessing in the sky. How many times you seen? Because before we trying to get a fast break going, and it hit us with a take file, which slows everything down. Now
because of Alec Burks, like Alec Burks is not built to get out quick on the break.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so they foul Burks before he can get past the last defender, because if you foul before you get behind the last defender, then it's a take foul. It's a foul in the half court. But if you get out ahead, then if you get out ahead of everything, then it's an open court foul, and you get the foul and the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And just by eliminating that rule and the point guard, the point guard that prevented, because Fournier and Burks are not. While
they're not built for that. They can't. They don't have that kind of foot speed to get out there. Because Fournier good. Hey, he's good for the take foul. I got you. But you're looking at what we got, and we already know Derrick Rose, when he get in, he can push it. IQ can push it. You already know the Cheetah Gazelle and Obi. This is right up his alley.
Even Miles McBride can push
Miles McBride, Miles can push it. The thing is with that second unit, whoever's going to be on that second unit amongst either, if it's going to be Cam or, we'll find out how it goes. But I think it's pretty safe to say that it's going to probably be IQ and D Rose together. Hartenstein,
right?
Obi, It's just coming down to how Grimes get worked in and Cam. So I'm not gonna say who gets in that spot right there. But what I will say is, imagine the fast break with all that coming down court. Real fast. You can't do the take fouls, so it's gonna be open court fouls now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so if let me add this to it just real quick, because I know you're in your bag, right?
Yeah.
What happens is that situation that you just mentioned, that's a plus for us. But you know what else is a plus? When you are like 1 for 3 and you get 2 like layups in the open court, guess what you went from 1 of 3. Now guess what your shooting is? 3 of 5.
Yes, sir.
And so now you can build momentum on that.
Ain't that a beautiful thing, though, Freeze?
That's a beautiful thing, bro.
That's a beautiful thing. And then I'm gonna tell you what. And then the other interview I saw with RJ, and he was talking about the things he's been working on. And one of the things he said, which I love, was, "Yeah, I've been working on my free throws." Thank you. He admitted it. That's what because he knew.
Yep.
He knows when it comes to free throw shooting, the man can't hit an elephant in the backside with an ironing board. You know. Yeah. He's the last person we want to see go to the, oh Lord, they fouled RJ. You be like, oh God, Jesus. You holding your breath and all like that. I told you, it's just like watching Maury. You up there on stage and you trying to find out if 18-month Jamangelo is your kid or not. You know?
yeah. That's La Jamangelo? La Jamangelo.
Lamangelo.
La Jamangelo.
Yeah, little Lamangelo.
Yeah, man. So, Robert Paul, thank you for the generous contribution. Robert Paul says, change the profile pic for support. My sister is a survivor going on 10 years now, bro. Hey, Robert Paul, that's a beautiful thing, bro. And yo, much love to your sister, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Soulfinger, this stuff is scary, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I sit here and things are out of my control.
Yeah. I mean, my mom's had it. She had it, Red, I always call my mom's Red. She's 87, man.
Wow. So she a survivor.
Yeah, she's doing a thing. They got it early on. So, she got it. But, like I said, my mother-in-law, that's tough. She's a tough little woman, man.
Yeah.
She stomach cancer, and she said, look, I'm gonna live my life. And that's what she does. She get out here, moms get out here and do her thing, Hey, she can put down the brew with the best of them.
Yeah, living her life.
Yes, sir.
Living her life, man. But yeah, man, to that point that you made, though, getting back to the point that you made,
Oh, about that break, because you remember, like last season, before the injuries, that bench mob was just nasty. They coming down the court, they come up, the starters couldn't get it going. The bench mob come in, make up the difference, get the lead, get tied up, then get the lead. Then the starters come in, fumble the lead, and you got to put the bench back in. And we saw the bench taking over. And sometimes we had a few games last season where the bench was before the injuries, the bench was playing that out. Now, by making the moves, addition through subtraction, I think we've gotten younger on the court. We already know that now, and with Jalen Brunson, and see this other thing. I'm just talking about that second unit, but now with Jalen Brunson, now that we got a point guard to be able to push it and put people in the right position, and like you said, he talking about Mitch, and you notice how he talked about Mitch, how his eyes lit up.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, you could hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
And Mitch, Mitch can get down the court too.
Mitch is you know what though? I watched Mitch walk around.
Yeah, he got that. Yeah. That walk.
That Fred Sanford.
Yeah.
And man. He walked like me. Like I walk like that in real life too, man. Little bit. I try to be more cool with mine though. Yeah, I try to be more cool with mine, man. But you know what I mean. But the thing about it is I think that Brunson Mitch thing can be something. My only deal is what? Man, Heck is in the building. Hey, I watched your joint the other day, man. Y'all growing, bro. Fast, bro. Shout out to Yankees Morning Brew. Shout out to Yankees.
Shout out Heck. Hey,
Yeah.
that's my man. Heck. That's part. Hey, I still consider, he, 3 the hard way over there for the love of the game. Heck still, Heck's still in there. That's my man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Yankees Morning Brew. Make sure y'all subscribe to Yankees Morning Brew. Subscribe to For the Love of the Game podcast. You know what I'm saying? Those are our peoples. You know what I'm saying? But there he is. Hey, El Presidente, everything all right?
I'm good. The phone call came in. The wife gave me a sign. I had to run down to the car to connection. I'm good though, man.
Okay.
Man. By the way, so, for the love of the game and Knicks Morning Brew, those guys are cooking.
Man.
They always send love back to you, though, Uncle Freeze. Everyone's always trying to send love back to you, so that's a good thing. So
yeah,
man.
Those my fellas. I appreciate that, man. It's merely one of those real recognizing real things. You know what I'm saying? Like me supporting them because they dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you know what I'm saying? You heard it. Wiz, you know it. Every idea, everybody that do this is not exceptional. And for the ones that are, I co-signed them early. And you know what I'm saying? I knight them early, like, yo, keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I'm feeling good about the season. I'm not there's a couple of points been made about, all-stars and stuff. Actually, I would love to see a team that just simply I think, let me put it better in my mind. My mind is RJ skill set is that he's good at almost everything, right? He's not exceptional.
Jack of all trades and a master of none.
Master of none.
But I think he's a microcosm of the team. I think he is a microcosm of the team. I think the team is like that. And I think that's a winning formula as well, as long as it's deep enough. And I think it goes 12 deep with this team, where we have 12 players that all of them have enough talent when distributed properly. Because right now, some teams are just at the top heavy, right? They just have all the skills at the top, but it's so overwhelming that they carry it. But they have some weak guys in the last 3 or 4 spots in a 10-man rotation or 8-man rotation. We may be that team that just simply consistently performs well enough to just always not fall off because we have 10 or 12 deep that can make us be a winning team. I think it's a winning formula, surprisingly or not. I mean, I've been always saying, I think you and I have always been saying, we need a superstar. You need a transformative play. But I don't know if it's possible to actually win in this league where you just never fall off. And if Tibbs can rotate properly, it's like just always find the guy or the guys who are going to click and never stop clicking, where most teams sometimes have runs. We may be a team that just simply is that steady climb. Other teams have little runs, fall off, and they come back to, the medium.
Okay.
I think we could be that team. And just something about us. I mean, I don't think we have to have all-star. I don't think we have to, DPOY. I know, most improved player, all those stuff is up for grabs with some of our players.
Okay.
Definitely Mitch. Definitely IQ. Even Obi could get most improved player. I could see RJ and Randall and even, Brunson being an all-star. But I think we could fall short of those titles and those, subjective appointments in some cases and make it so that the whole team takes us there. And we have the kind of team that if they blend right with the proper distribution and rotations, we are that team.
I like what you're saying on that this is my thing. And I was kind of looking at the team, and for some reason I'm always stuck on this one team. that Pistons team, they didn't have a bunch of superstars. They had all-stars. They had all-stars on the team.
Okay.
And the way they played together. I'm not saying that we're going to win a championship. So hear me out. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we got some, and I'm not trying to pump up, be the Knicks fan that's pumping up our guys higher than what they should be pumped.
Right.
But with the addition of Jalen Brunson, and we know that some of the players we had on the team needed that point guard to get them there.
Right.
We can see different dimensions. Because I look for Randall actually, and I know it's, we still got a lot that want Randall up out of there. As shout out to my man Ron, man, as he would say. This is your captain speaking. They want to hit Randall with that. Right. I think Brunson is going to help him out. I know he's going to help him out tremendously.
Right.
But the person I think the two in the starting lineup that's going to really benefit from Brunson is going to be RJ and Mitch. Randall is going to help out. It's going to help out Randall tremendously. But I think the people that's really, really going to benefit the most is going to be RJ and Mitch.
Okay.
I don't. It's hard. And I'm just saying it's not going on.
Expound on how though, Soul Thing. Expound on how, bro. You got a platform.
All right. Well, I'm just saying. Because we're talking about how RJ is trying to get to the hole and everything, and he forces his way down there and bully ball it. With Brunson, he can break down the defense and everything and get them into position. So if they're coming at him, he can get that ball off to somebody like a Mitch on an easy dunk, or he can get it down to RJ because RJ's he's a better slashing. But if Brunson is pulling people to him and he's got something, he can dump that thing off, it'll be easier for the layup. You know what I'm saying? Or he can work it open to get them a better shot, put them in better position. When you got Randall, instead of Randall bringing the ball up, you got Brunson bringing it up and telling him, man, get out from that 3-point line and come down here. Get down here on this elbow. Get down here over here to guide him. Because that's basically what the point guard is. He's the person, he's an extension of the coach in a sense. He can see the things, and then sometimes coach may want to call a play, and Brunson sees something that's not happening the way coach want to do it. He runs something else. We've seen that. Yeah, you check out of just like the quarterback would. No, I'm not gonna run this play, man. I see this cat about to blitz me. They got this safety coming down to blitz me. No, you ain't about to kill me. And
you gotta know time and score, personnel on the floor. There are so many things that you have to be aware of. To your point, Soulfinger, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta know, you gotta know if you can beat coach call a certain play. Can you beat this man? The play call for you to beat this man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it in your mind whether you can beat the man or not, and whether that challenge itself is worth taking on. You know what I'm saying? Is it for the benefit of the team? There's so many things you just gotta take into account.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. This is just what I'm seeing with the addition of a point guard, though. Like I said, I'm not going to go jump off the bridge and, go head first out of the airplane without a parachute over behind and like that. But just seeing the fact but it is exciting to know that we got a point guard, man. And yeah, I was one of those kind of at last season, not the season. I want to say the season before. I was saying trade for Brunson. He'll be good to come off the bench right now. We can go from there because I didn't think he would be our starting point guard. But that last season playing with Luka and, Freezy, you put up the numbers. You pull the numbers up on your show and show what he could do.
We will do that. No, we will do that, bro.
And that's what I like. That's what I respect about you, Freezy, because you can't come out here talking out the side of your neck.
Yeah.
Indirectly, Brunson is going to bring IQ's game up serious levels because you have Brunson on one side and D-Rose on the other in his ear about how the point guard spot is played properly.
Right.
I would not be surprised that they raise IQ's IQ literally to a different level.
Like pun intended. Pun intended.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it will be amazing to watch him go, because when you see some players, you're like, you just don't even. I didn't even see, like when Magic came in the game, I know we saw Pearl. We don't want to go too old, me and you, on the freezer, but
All right.
When Magic came in the game, you started seeing some passes. You're like, I never thought about. I never thought about that kind of pass. Why would I put a spin on a bounce pass all the way from backcourt to a player drive? Why you don't think about it? You're thinking line drive, lob. You're going for but to be like a bounce pass from the backcourt and the spin on it, I'm like, what? So I think Brunson's gonna bring that kind of mentality to IQ. Who the first time I ever got checked by a point guard where he tried to steal the ball and he dribbled up court, and he kind of steps back and puts his hip in the way, and the first time it happened to me, I was like, oh snap, and that was it almost knocked me off the feet. I was like, damn, that was crazy. I was like about 14 or 15. I just catches a point guard. Actually,
was that a Stevie Wonder reference? Was that a
That's what I mean.
I see you in the park. Those are the days of imagining in my head.
Well, yeah. You ever heard of Stuart Granger? He played for Nazareth High School, for the Brooklyn Cats. Nazareth High School won the state championship in like 1982 or something. Stuart Granger was, played for them. They went to Villanova, and he ran about 2 years in the pros, and he did it to me. And Stuart is also built, right? Actually, he went to the NBA. They were like, Stuart, oh man, got some muscles. He did that to me one time. I'm trying to steal from behind, and he just switched the ball to the other side. He stepped and just leaned his hip to the right, and I bounced my chest into his hip. I'm like, what? I blew my mind. I'm like, oh man, this is little subtleties that Brunson brings to the game that makes IQ go, oh man, that's how you do it.
That's how it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and I'm just say this because I see you guys just let somebody. You got my man. I know he waiting. My man Dre waiting to get up in there.
Dre ready to
get on there.
Dre,
I just want to,
bro.
Yeah, I just want to just throw this out there. We saw that. I started now. Me myself, I noticed difference in Emmanuel Quickly game towards the end. The beginning of the season, he was looking rough, and I was like, he must have got the sophomore slump right off early on. But you saw his game got better.
Right.
But I was watching what he was doing when he was driving to the rack and how he was attacking, and he looked just like what's my man Aaron? Was this Aaron Brooks that we got on as a scout or whatever he's doing with the team? They were sitting there, was it Aaron Brooks?
That little guard, piece to the chat. He used to play piece of the chat, piece free, piece so figure, piece and.
Yeah.
Yo,
I want to interject like that.
Just real quick, no. I gotta interject this thing because it's been Wiz got my. When you get to a certain age, man, somebody say something, you be like, what is that? So just real quick, it is a Stevie Wonder song. I see us in the park, strolling the summer days of imaginings in my head, and wrote from our hearts to only the winds felt even without being said. I don't want to bore you with my
yes.
Yeah, man. So
Wiz in his bag. Wiz trying to get in his bag on the slip.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Wiz
Actually,
the reference.
Last weekend, actually, Jay Boogie did a reference on one, and he was like, "Yo, man, these guys from Tennessee, man, they're all up in here with the Arrested Development energy." I'm like, Tennessee. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
Tennessee. I started to feel all the references, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Dre in the house.
Yeah, man.
Peace.
So Dre, so what was your I don't know why I cut Soulfinger off just to drift away.
Yeah.
my bad, Soulfinger. My bad.
Oh no, it's all good, Freeze.
My bad,
hey.
Man. So you were talking about, you were getting in your bag about your takeaways, Jalen Brunson and Mitchell Robinson, and you also mentioned the take foul going away. I mentioned the Alec Burks thing and the momentum of how, say, if a Obi Toppin maybe goes 1 for 3 in the half court, and then he gets 2 layups in the open court. Now you get that momentum going. Now his numbers are not 1 for 3, it's 3 for 5 and 3 for 5 for 6 points. And now all of a sudden,
it's a different ball game, bro.
He is on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things that we all know that frustrated us last year is that it was our players struggled too much just to get an open look. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and they missed a whole bunch of wide open shots. But teams are gonna miss wide open shots, bro. No team makes all their open shots. You know what I'm saying? But to the point that you were making, man, it makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a lot of sense where you were going with the impact of Jalen Brunson and a rule change, where this Knicks team looked one way one year, and just off the strength of a rule change can look vastly different with the same personnel.
Man, I wanna add even another point to that. The Knicks were what? Bottom 3 in pace. And RJ alone by himself was top 5 in fast break points.
Yeah.
While we were bottom 3 in pace.
Yeah, bottom 3 means 30.
Yeah. And do you him in the open court consistently getting chances to just beat one guy to the rim is something that we haven't got to see consistently because we have a tendency of bringing the ball up slow. And with Brunson being our guard, if he does get the ball in the backcourt, he has the intention of always pushing forward to get the easy look first, and then we reset.
Right.
So I know a lot of the good that Brunson can bring. Even if he isn't a great 3-point shooter, he's above average to me. Even if he doesn't become a great 3-point shooter, he possesses gravity.
He's right at or below league average in 3-point shooting. But the thing is, he doesn't take as many for him to be a threat.
But you got to respect it, though. That's one thing I like.
Yeah, and we got to talk about the pull-up 3 or the dribble, off the dribble 3. Those are the things that separate the elite guards for the most part from the level below. And once you add that part to your game, that takes you into all-star category, all-star territory, where where you're a threat 25 feet and out. And and from what I'm seeing, he's developing that part of his game. He hasn't hit his prime yet.
You mean Brunson? You mean Brunson?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I see him developing that part of his game.
Yeah, and I just want to just throw this in since Dre was talking about Brunson. We talking about how he can get into the paint, but one thing I think the strongest part of his game, his IQ, and the thing is the man had to fight pretty much to get to where he was because he came look where he was drafted and everything. Well, it was where he came in, where he was drafted.
12th man.
But my thing is, look at this, not footwork but feet work. He got better. His man, the way his footwork is immaculate, bro. I watch. I sit up there and rewind stuff to look at his footwork, how he can get in and get loose. Being that he's what 6'1", they list him at 6'1".
How he can turn it up, and get loose.
He's not 6'1".
Yeah, I know he's not, but they got him.
Listed. He is not 6'1". When he was standing next to Monica McNutt.
Yeah. That man got to be all the way 5'10", 5'11".
I saw that. I had to process. I was like, maybe she's wearing heels, but then this is not the occasion to wear super high heels. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know why she saw
that on. Yeah, Le Fleur, what's good? Hey, the Louisiana trifecta's in the building.
Watch out. Home stayed home, boy.
What's up, Soul Finger? Freezy, what's up, fella?
Yeah, what's up there, fella?
Man, I happen to be up, catch you guys on. I'm like, I got my Knicks feel for the day, man. So I had to end this thing with some Blorange Tears.
Them.
Yes.
Them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Hey, shout out to all my folks from Louisiana. I done been to so many small towns in Louisiana, bro. Oh my God. Marksville, Louisiana You the greatest small town in the world, Marksville, Louisiana. Ain't no small town in the world better than Marksville, Louisiana. When the women cat call you, the women, come see.
Come see.
Yeah, man. How you doing, Jobs?
Doing good, boss. Doing good, man.
Yeah,
Just anxious to see see how the season gets underway. I know we got like less than a week for training camp and all that.
Yep.
Training camp is tomorrow.
Training camp
Is it tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, preseason
Well,
is next
It's
week.
less than a week.
Preseason, yeah.
It's
They
closer
said
than
less
I
than a
thought.
week.
It is closer than I thought, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good. I'm really looking forward to it, man, because like I said, for me, okay, we didn't get Donovan Mitchell, but the thing is we got Brunson, and that's a good piece to have. And I'm more excited to see the pockets. I'm looking at, like I said, what can unlock certain players on this team that we've been needing that point guard to do. And like I said, I think was it Dre? Was it Dre or was it Wiz that said it was talking about having Brunson with IQ? Oh, you both talked about that.
Yeah, Brunson IQ, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking at how IQ's been developing, and you're looking at what he's doing over the summer. But man, you get him locked in with Brunson, and IQ's a gym rat. We already know he's a gym rat, man. He's always in the gym. And he's even looking at film, so I'm waiting to see what he brings in his bag of tricks. Because we seen what he's doing at those pro-am games and stuff. He's doing this thing. Let's see what he's put on the court. I think myself that this is gonna be my out on a limb wild take. He's gonna start getting some looks at 6-man, in the 6-man running. That's just me. That's just me when it comes to him. I'm not jumping out.
Freezy called that 2 months ago, right, Freezy?
Yeah.
That was one of your wild takes.
Well, I didn't call 6-man of the year. I call NBA's most improved.
Most improved.
What, he can most improved? Okay, I can roll with that too, but I think he's going to look at him in that 6-man.
Yeah,
because
man.
I think his niche in the NBA is going to be that 6-man, and there's nothing wrong with being a 6-man. I mean, look at J.R. Smith. He made a J.R. Smith, and J.R. Smith should still be paying Woody
right now
for getting him. Right now he should be paying Woody,
and not homage either. Not no fake homage. You talking about cash?
Cash straight up.
I got a question for you though. So think about that. I got a question for you. Anybody can really answer it, but do you think if you believe that IQ is going to possibly be in the running for 6-man, is that with D Rose here or not here?
Yes, D Rose will definitely be here.
Oh, with him, yeah. I think he'll still do it with D Rose here.
Okay.
I really do. I think you still do it but see, the thing is we all of us here in Nick Nation is worried about one thing when it comes to D Rose. It's a matter of not when, but if them knees can hold up or whatever. And Tibbs got to see now that he's got to change. He's got to change his ways, man. He got to. You can't put D Rose on the court. Look, if he keeps D Rose time down to about 20, maybe 25 minutes a game, he'll be okay. But then the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to play D Rose. I don't think he would have to play him all the time. So we had those back-to-backs. Like Kenny Smith was coming out talking about old players getting the nips that did not play, get a nip. It's all right. Let them rest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hit him with a nip. Let him rest. Hey, put the heating pads on his knees and all like that, man. Rub some more Bengay and Icy Hot and just let him sit over on the side because you still got IQ. You know what I'm saying?
And also Tibbs knows Tibbs knows IQ's penchant for fourth quarter heroics and being clutch. He's going to fall back on using him in the fourth quarter more often than not in alignments with Brunson. Depending on if other teams running super big 2-guard alignments, I can see them running Brunson and IQ lineups in closeout games, particularly because they're great free throw shooters at that. Both of them are great free throw shooters. And I can see them figuring it out. Also, with IQ put it on this additional weight and muscle, like you've seen him, he's solid now. And like I think he can hold his own against other ones and twos. Maybe not the jumbo two, but the average two guard, the average 6'4", 6'5" two guard, he can hold his own where he won't be.
Yeah,
because he's
10,
15 pounds of muscle. You have to put this
freezing, man. She's wearing heels. She's wearing heels, man. She got on some heels.
No. I'm just using this as a she got heels on, right? She's got heels on.
Maybe not.
He's got sneakers on. And I'm not using this as a referendum for Jalen Brunson's height because I don't care how tall you are. If you can play, you can play.
Shout out to Long Island Sound. That's funny. Long Island Sound. Long Island Sound.
Yeah, man. Man.
But like I said, to look at him for his size, to be able to do what he does and move the, we talk about, we marvel when we see big men with footwork like that, And one of my favorite players to watch with footwork, and I still to this day, and I tell my daughter, you need to look at more videos. And I show her videos of him. Other than Akeem, Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale had some hellacious.
He was the first post move guy.
I'm saying that your man, the man of 1,000 moves.
I used to watch him.
He's my favorite.
I used to watch like film of Kevin McHale. He was just so slippery on the low block. That's what it was. Like as soon as he gets to his spot and he has a counter, he just slides right by you. You just move out the way.
And the trick with Kevin McHale is he never wanted to use his first move anyway. He was a dude that always wanted to get to his he wanted to get to his counter because he knew he wasn't the athlete that you were. So he didn't want to try to do a jump hook over you because you could swat his stuff. He wanted you to anticipate that. Like I could do it if I want to, but I want to show you this. And I want to reverse pivot and pump fake and get you in the air. And when you get in the air, I'm gonna jump into you and then try to bank it. That was Kevin McHale. Where Elijah Wan was pump fake pivot dunk.
Yeah, man. That feet work. Good Lord.
Yeah, I remember he pump faked and then got into a dribble and then reversed and showed. And David Robinson jumped.
I knew you. I knew you.
Yeah. And then
talking about
reversed
with
back
the left
and
hand?
had a dunk.
With the left hand?
Yeah.
The show and go. The show Robinson showed it to Robinson, and Robinson jumped out the gym.
Yeah.
I knew you were talking about that because remember how he looked at it. He was like, "I'm just shoot this out real quick." He was looking at him like, "And this is your MVP."
I was watching that. He was torturing him in those playoffs, just torturing him.
Right.
Put him in the torture rack.
Yeah, man. So I get it. The footwork thing. The thing with Jalen Brunson, I think is going to be unique to us. He said something, and I don't know if y'all caught it, but he said now that Mitchell Robinson is screening,
yes,
go back and listen to the thing. He said. Now that Mitchell Robinson is screening, the whole floor opens up the spacing, right? So if Mitch can screen,
Lord help us. Well, no, Lord help, not help us. Lord help.
I want to tie in one more thing to that, Freezy. Good guards help screeners.
Yes,
100%. Good guards help set up the screen. When we had Alec Burke running the screen, he wouldn't even let him set the screen. He would just panic and just take off. And then throw up an ugly floater or something at the rim.
Damian Dotson said that in an interview, and I know when I bring up Dot, I know a lot of people not a major fan of older Knicks or past Knicks. Let me say that. Damian Dotson said the reason why our pick and roll game has not been effective is because we don't let our guy doesn't go out and set. And let us, the ball handler, navigate the screen. What was happening is the screener was bunching up on the ball handler. And now the ball handler has to back up. And then by that time is run off the shot clock. The defense has adjusted. They know the play. And now the defense is set. Now, by the time so Dot was like, the screen needs to be set 5 to 8 feet away from me where I can go navigate the screen and set up the play from there. But Noah Vonleh and them guys that we had, they didn't have the basketball IQ to understand that just because you set the screen don't mean you have to go. In the NBA, the guard tells you when to go. You don't go when you feel like going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like anybody ever seen a running back screen in the NFL? And teams that can do it, the running back tells the lineman when to go. The teams that can't do it, the linemen take off downfield, and you see them throw the flag, illegal man downfield.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things. When you hear Dotson break that, man, Dotson was, in my opinion, one of the high IQ players that we have.
No, he was. I actually did like Dot.
He was a 4-year player in college, I think.
Yeah.
He was a 4-year player.
Yeah, the only unfortunate thing is he kept injuring his shoulders. And you really need them shoulders in order to shoot the ball.
Yep.
You really need them shoulders.
And to get over screens too.
And to get over screens.
Yeah.
And remember, oh, I'm sorry, Sophie. But
I was just saying he was a willing defender too. That's what I liked about it. He was a willing defender.
He was a very good on-ball defender and bad team defender. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, like he could do stuff on his man, but when his man didn't have the ball, now Doc was like, and you're like, oh God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he just kind of lost.
Yeah, but the thing with Doc though is, and with other guards that are not athletic, especially Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a decent athlete, but when you watch his screen and roll game, he calls his man and will set his screen up right there. And if you come to set a bad screen, he'll reverse the ball back to the other side of the floor. He ain't wasting time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what Chris Paul does.
Yep.
It's smart things like if this dude playing bad, he like, oh, we ain't got time for that, and we'll reverse it to the other side to some plays that would basically to a Luka. And you see, because I was doing the breakdown. I have a Patreon video that I would suggest people go out and watch. It's the difference in the Knicks offense with Jalen Brunson and Kemba Walker. You see, man, there was a play where the one screen where I saw Obi smash Ish Smith. And you like, Obi topping? Yeah. Obi smashing people on the screen. Obi smashed Ish Smith on the screen, right? By the time Kemba gets around Obi, Ish Smith is back on Kemba.
Facts.
Yeah.
And so now you're like, oh, so the one time Obi executed, Kemba couldn't execute on his end. And then I showed the same play being run by the Dallas Mavericks with the Dwight Powell, a similar type prototype to Obi, right? Dwight Powell comes up top, sets the screen, right? DeJounte Murray gets bumped, but he fights off the screen. So then Jalen Brunson says, no, to Dwight Powell. So Dwight Powell doesn't go. What he does is he goes to the other side, comes back, right? Because he can't beat Murray, right? And so he fakes like he's going to go right and crossbacks over left and smashes the same player on the same screen in one play.
Wow.
So he smashed DeJounte Murray twice against Dwight Powell to rub him off, to get DeJounte Murray off of him. And that's IQ. Basketball IQ.
That's IQ, man.
Really, yeah.
See, and that's something we didn't have a lot of on the team, but that's the one thing that
because the screener would have took off.
Yep.
And
or slip.
An elite defender and DeJounte Murray would have been all over our point guard. Right?
Yep.
Now you got to reverse the ball. Now time off the clock. Now you kick it to Randall to ISO, pump fake, rip through, pump fake. Randall take a shot with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And people will blame Randall when 10 seconds prior to that, the pick and roll play we called didn't work.
Yeah.
So then we blame Randall. Randall always ISOing.
But you know what it was called was pick and halt. There wasn't no pick and roll. It was pick and halt. Because he picking it and they just dribble, and then let me get rid of the ball. Let me get to our number one player with 2 seconds left.
It's like a super frenetic pace when you have a point guard that doesn't have the IQ or the patience to set up the screen. Like a high IQ point guard will see the screen isn't working and will immediately swing to the weak side just to see the defense move and rotate, just to see something happen, rather than like for instance, what's his name that we traded to Detroit? Alec Burke. He will get
Alec
the
Burks.
ball, see the screen not work, dribble, and try to like
Read the
run into the
defense.
paint, like run into the
And-
paint with no plan, and then
Right.
fling something up there.
And so and Dre, this is the one thing that frustrated me with our guards last year, not to dig up dead bodies, right? But just to accentuate what Jalen Brunson can bring to this team going forward is two things. First of all, the pick and roll play is ran for one person, right? Right? The pick and roll play is ran for one person. You know who that person is? The person that sets the pick and the person that rolls.
Right.
Right? If you ever notice, the name of the play is not pick and ball handler, dribble around and look for. No. It's called pick and roll.
Pick and roll.
Right? Because the guy that's picking, picking will roll when the ball handler tells him to go. Right?
Yep.
And so that's one thing. The other thing too is Emmanuel Quickly and Alec Burks are guilty of this. Coming off the screen, like having the quickness to get off the screen to run the pick and roll, but reading a set defense, right? If the defense is set, you don't have to read it.
Exactly.
Right. If you know where the guy's gonna be at, why are you anticipating where they're gonna be at?
All right.
You trying to figure out? Hey, what do they run it? Oh, it looks like a 1-3-1.
Freeze, but when you say that, like IQ couldn't understand that at the beginning of the year, and then towards the end of the year, he was hitting the guy in the corner off of the pick and roll that was wide open, off cheating off the help defense. Like he was slowly picking it up. Like the game was slowing down for him because he's not a natural point guard, so he had to get the reps to figure it out.
Now the dimension to it though is this. So obviously the IQ is a huge factor, but the leadership and the confidence in commanding it, the play is what a big factor is. IQ was also probably a little timid to say, "Yo, you don't move, stop." To actually have that kind of skill to make the statement, because you got to see the play, but you've got to also command that position and call the move when the guy should move. And also, like you said, back off and go, move out of here. I'll go for another play. You have to have that kind of confidence where you can actually say it. And Brunson is overflowing with that kind of leadership skill and confidence level to be like, wrong move, get out of here. Next guy, move. And he can call the play. That's what floor generals do, is to actually command the floor, not just see the plays and execute or may execute and hope it gets through. It's like he's going to like, this is how it's going to go. So that's why I'm looking forward to Brunson. He has that kind of like command presence. He's going to call it. He's going to say what needs to be said and not hesitate. So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Beyond the last thing I want to say before is also the defense. I think it could be a number one defense in the league. I just watched who was it? Kobe, LeBron, and Dwayne Wade against Brazil in the All-Star. I mean, in the Olympics, and they went full court all game. The whole squad. We are deep enough to go full court most of the game, and these guys just get flustered. No matter how good you are, it's gonna mess with your head to get pressed all the time.
You gotta take into account, like in the Olympics, it's literally about 15 guys that are all NBA elite athletes.
True.
So, I mean, we ain't got no LeBrons and Wades on this team. You talking about prime Wade too?
But defensive minded wise, we have 7, maybe 8
we have
defenders
defenders
that can come in and go and just keep pressing. It doesn't have to be the whole squad go full court press, but like 2 guys. Grimes, IQ. I know Brunson can do it. I just know those guys can stay up front and just keep the pressure on and have the backcourt always wasting 6-7 seconds every time they come up court. There's never a free walk up. And if you're that deep, you know, you got D Rose to come spell you. That's where D Rose can do that 5-10 minute spell every game. And every other game he goes 15 minutes, takes a rest or something.
It depends on who we're playing against, though, because if you do that against a Ja Morant, you will get your bigs in foul trouble.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
You will get
that's
all
a good
your
point.
bigs in foul trouble.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then while D Rose on the side with his, you know, put that BC powder on his Gatorade to keep him warm.
Exactly.
Golly, Sophie.
Yeah, man.
Now, I think an underrated aspect that Brunson will bring too is because a lot of times, man, when they had Burks inbounding the ball, man, that was a disaster waiting to happen. And Brunson is a much better.
Kept giving him that responsibility, even though he was bad.
I don't either. But Brunson is a much better inbound passer than Burks was.
What I'm told is this. When you inbounding the ball, because you want your receivers to be better than the passer.
Yeah.
So when I'm told is get your, if it's a crucial inbound, say it's a late second game thing, then I'm looking at having my tallest, best passer.
I was about to say that. Yes,
right. So you may be looking at like a Randall inbounding.
Randall. Oh, yeah, that's
and then have your guards.
Your guards should be on the other end because the forwards.
On the other end of that.
Yeah. You should never have your bigs down there trying to get when you're inbounding like that, unless you have a really good passing big man. Right. It's either going to be like you're saying, either somebody that can see over some length, but either a wing or a guard or your two guard that can pass. Right. It depends on how the situation is. If you run in three guard set, of course you're gonna have a guard get it into you to the one of the other two guards so they can bring it up. But you would never have your big down there. You know, that's like us having if we still had Nerlens talking about, I'm gonna pass the ball into Nerlens, aka hands like skillets.
Exactly. Right.
You know.
Glad he gone, bro.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Randall inbounding the ball is a great idea. He has the passing skills. People talk about Larson. He does have the best passing.
I don't know who the better receiver is, Nerlens Noel or the Giants receivers.
Oh,
Holiday.
I think I would take Noel. I think I would. I would rather have Danny Dimes throwing to Nerlens Noel.
Oh, dang, that's cold.
I don't know about that, Freezy. I don't know, man.
Nerlens would make one great. He would be a good corner or safety because
he just trying to stick it to us Giants fan. That's all he's doing, man. Just pass the ball to Saquon. That's all I got to do.
I was gonna say just throw it to Saquon, bro. Just everything to Saquon. just everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's cold blooded, man.
Yeah, no, that was cold.
That's cold blooded.
Yeah, it's funny because the Jets have dudes that can catch and no quarterback, and the Giants have a quarterback and no dudes that can catch.
No, I mean, Freezy, you deep in your Rick James bag right now. You know why I said Rick James? Because you're cold-blooded.
Yo, by the way, James Harden one more year would have been sixth man of the year again and an NBA championship, and he stayed with OKC.
Yeah.
Okay, James Harden, sixth man, James Harden.
Yeah, but there's about 300 million reasons why it was better for him not to do that.
Yeah, but the other thing too is OKC, just like Danny Ainge did this offseason, OKC did things in reverse order. If they had signed James Harden first and then went into a contract negotiation with Serge Ibaka,
the
NBA history would be different.
Yeah, you sure would.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's going to give you all that stuff for Serge. Yeah. And that's the reason why they did the deal. They like, if one of them has to leave, let's see what we can get for the highest return.
What was that clause back then where you could get rid of a contract? They should have just used that on Perkins. That's what they should have did. Perkins was making $15 million.
Perkins was
making $15 million back then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they could have just
Big Perk was just sitting.
got rid of that contract.
Yeah,
But
Big
they
Perk was just on the pine. I mean, he getting games, but he wasn't a factor. He just collected checks.
Yeah.
Enforcer
Yeah,
when
man.
enforcers mattered back then.
See, yeah, and enforcers don't matter no more now, man. That's why people are upset with Randall. You know what I'm saying? That like Randall is that guy, like our tough guy, in an era where tough guys don't matter as much because 3-point shooters are the equalizer.
That is true.
Yeah, you don't. If he comes to the rim, I'm gonna knock his head off. Well, they not coming to the rim, bro. They shooting
You got to
threes.
go meet him outside.
So you got to go out there. You got to go out there and give him the Kurt Rambis out there on the 3-point line.
Yeah.
The Bruce got a Bruce Bowen.
If you don't remember the Kurt Rambis, think about when he came down and got that clothesline from Bill Lambier.
I know, man.
Yeah, man.
The good old days.
Oh, yeah. And that is true.
Man.
And, with Freezer, I didn't really, because I was one of those, like, man, we need somebody tough down in the paint, an enforcer. But you're right. The 3-pointer is the great equalizer, man. So basically now you just need guys. You need you need length, and guys that can play defense. They can move their feet. Or as Clyde said, you play defense with your feet, not with your hands. Yeah, make up that distance, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I think that the Knicks, I want to say this in a way that people can understand what I'm getting at. When I look at the makeup of the roster, when I look at guys like, did y'all know that Cam Reddish outweighs Farron Hunt by 25 pounds?
No, didn't know that.
I knew he outweighed him, but I didn't know it was by that much.
Not by that much. Gee.
So Cam is 217. Cam is 217. Farron Hunt is 195. So it's actually 23 pounds, but y'all get the gist.
Yeah.
Of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is we have guys that I think can be impactful on the offensive and defensive end. It gives us the positional flexibility. It gives us the opportunity. Like the only thing better than running a team is running the brakes off a team. And you know what I'm saying? And so when we get in those type of nights where we just running up and down the floor, I think you will see those nights of Farron Hunt. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably see less Mitch, less Hartenstein, more Farron Hunt, Obi, and Randall. One of them dudes playing the 5, where you have 6'8" all the way across, and you just use athleticism and all that stuff. And you might even see Sims. Sims might be a better fit in that scenario. I think that the roster right now is so diverse with skilled playmakers that this is the year I think that we take the step where we show people what it is.
What we got.
Yeah.
You know something, Freezy? And it's one player, and it's a player you and I are both high on that they just brought up, and he just hadn't been able to stay on the team.
Right.
MJ Walker.
Yeah.
You and I both like him, and considering where the team is, I like him, but it's just too much of a logjam. So I think, again, he's a good practice body. He won't be on with the main squad. I think he'd been all right. If we didn't have Grimes, I think he would have been in that spot. That's just what I think. Right. But Farron Hunt could possibly. He's got the 2-way, right? He's on a 2-way, and they cut MJ Walker already.
Yeah, they
already cut him. Yeah.
I seen that today.
Yeah, they cut him. They signed him one day and cut him 2 days later. But they did it so that they could have him go down to Westchester.
Yeah. Figured.
Yeah.
But I like him. I just hate he never could get up. Just like the other cat we brought up that we had in summer league that played with Sacramento. What's that cat name? So I'm having a look. The closer I get to seeing that 50 and
what 50, is he, a guard?
The more, I think he plays guard and 2 guard. What's his name?
Okay.
He was on a summer league team. This
Daquan Jeffries or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, I actually like him. He showed he looked pretty. You know, he like
I
he
think he's
could do something.
old. Well, he's relatively old. He's like 25, 26. I don't
Six,
recall.
yeah, but I liked him too. He showed, you know, he showed a little something, but he won't be able to latch on unless he gets the what's that the cat we had last season that was just sitting there riding the pond. They finally cut loose. No, other than Archie, my man had the
Oh, I know
dreads.
you're talking about.
You talking about Wayne Selden?
Wayne Selden, yeah. Unless he get the Wayne Selden treatment.
Yeah,
he played his way onto the team through training camp. That's how he got on.
Yeah. So I'm looking for one of those two, either Daquan or you know, maybe Farron Hunt, even though he's on a two-way, maybe he could play their way on like that. Add a little more depth.
Farron Hunt, because we need an athlete at the three, like desperately.
Yeah. And
because
I'm
our
with
only
you.
athlete at the three is really Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Like our athlete at the three, and kind of he fills a necessary void on this team.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm rocking with you, Dre. I've been rocking with you since you've been on, bro. You've been on fire.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm looking for Farron Hunt's defensive rating. Oh, well, he only played. What did he play? 8 minutes. He didn't really play that much.
Can you pull it up in the G League? Even though those kind of numbers might be kind of
yeah, I don't like G League numbers, bro.
G League, yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's out to get their own numbers up.
Yeah, and then people come and go so
nobody
much
playing defense.
that it's hard to get continuity.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I've man, I would say, man, I like Farron Hunt. I saw what some people think that he's a power forward, but the NBA don't play dudes 195 pounds at power forward.
Yeah, he too light. He too light. He too light in the backside, man.
Yeah.
You see him down in
the last time a dude that was that light played power forward, he stayed injured on the Orlando Magic. What's his name?
Jonathan Isaac.
He's stay hurt. Hasn't played
all the time.
You know, it's funny. Vince
look
Carter.
At Marcus Camby. Marcus Camby went through that too.
Vince Carter has played a game more recently than that guy from Orlando.
Wow.
That is absurd, isn't
it? Wow. Granddad was out there longer than him.
That is absolutely absurd. And somebody would take a flyer on him because of his talent, but it's just like, wow.
Yeah, wow, you can't put him down there because I mean look at because look at the Detroit got Beef Stew. You want to have him down there trying to bang with him?
No.
You know, he may have a height, but Beef Stew, that's a lot of man. Hey, that's a lot of man. It's like to be laying up on you like that, just pounding him, punishing.
Yeah, he can't handle. He can't handle that type of physicality.
Yeah,
you have to think, is it worth it? Yeah, is it worth it, man?
You know, I would like to see Farron Hunt at that three. I mean, in the lineup, I would like to see would be Brunson, RJ, Cam, Randall, Mitch starting. I mean, that's what I would like to see. And if Farron Hunt could play his way onto the team, then you got Farron Hunt. You could put him at that three coming off the bench, possibly. And you know,
I would like that lineup if Cam could prove to me that he's a much more consistent 3-point shooter. Because I mean, he has the touch from the free throw line, but I need him to shoot more than 33, 34% from three. You know, I need 37, 38. This is why I kind of have this issue where I might have to just pigeonhole Grimes in at the two, because even on high volume he's shooting 38, 39 on high volume. So it's just like that is more valuable. And plus,
let's do Grimes some justice though. Before Grimes got hurt, Grimes was shooting 41% from three. Right. Then he got banged up. And then you know what I'm saying, my man was like, his number dropped to like 38. And then he got hurt with the dislocated kneecap and was out for the season.
Yeah, I was mad about that one, boy. I was like, golly, because he was coming
worse.
on.
You remember when it happened? Like they showed the still photo and his knee buckled and you could see a wrinkle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought it was
And then you heard him yell. The thing that got me is when he started yelling, bro.
Yelling,
like,
yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you,
it reminded me of that Barrett Davis injury. It reminded me of that Barrett Davis injury. You remember that?
I remember watching that game. I watched that game. I was like, oh my god. See, me, I actually had a complete patella tendon rupture.
Ooh.
So Yeah.
Oh man,
that's what
Yeah.
they said. That wide receiver might have had happened to for the Giants. That non-contact.
Sam
What's his
Shepard.
name?
Yeah.
Sterling
Yeah,
Shepard.
they said it might have been a patella because he wasn't
Yeah.
he wasn't cutting or anything. He was walking forward, and it just
Wow.
may have popped from the bottom of
And
his
it
knee.
just went.
I had a complete rupture. I had the Amari Stoudemire and playing ball. I was playing ball. Cat called me old man. I said, "Let me show you a little something." There, fella hit him with a crossover, and I was taking it I was up in the air, and I was and I said, "George," before I can get the Gervin out. Pow! I was like,
Oh
hey,
man.
true.
yeah,
Did
My,
man.
my,
you
my
have like
brother,
any
my brother when
inclination?
he used to play my brother when he used to play football had an Amari Stoudemire situation too, because the coach didn't put him in the game. He gonna go hit a sign and break his hand.
Oh man.
Man, boy, what you talk about? You think I let him out the hook freezing?
No, man. You gotta laugh
Man, when
at
he
them.
did that, I asked him if the sign said "ouch." I was like, "You gonna hit a sign now? Now for sure you ain't getting in the game."
Yeah. Oh, now
I bet you don't hit another sign.
Now you through. Now you through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's so the reason why I brought up those scenarios, man, and the thing with Brunson and the screen and the effectiveness of the screen itself is because a lot of times basketball heads hear stuff like pick and roll and they see the ball dribbling, they think the whole play is centered around the ball handler, and it's not, right? It's not. And just think about this: if you're a Knicks fan, we ran it the seventh most amount of times last year, and we were the 28th most effective.
Wow.
And they pick and roll.
Decision makers.
Yeah. That tells you everything you need to know right then. The reason why they were going after Jaden Ivey, the reason why they were hell bent on getting Jalen Brunson, the reason why they were hell bent on getting Donovan Mitchell, is because they run the right system. They just didn't have the players to run it.
Yeah, didn't have and now I'm looking at us to play with a like I said earlier, a quicker pace. Because like you said, Dre, didn't you brought up we were about what third to last
Like
in
third,
pace?
third to last in pace.
Yeah.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
And like the thing is, we need guys that know how to leverage the gravity of a role, man. That's really what it is. It's leveraging. It's everything in basketball is leverage. Whether you're posting up, whether you're attacking, it's leveraging your advantage. Whether it's like help defense or anything of that sort, it's just leveraging your advantage and making the right read every time over and over. That's what the elite teams do. That's that's legitimately what the elite teams do. They just leverage their advantages over and over, and we never really could quite do that because we never had the right decision makers consistently outside of Derrick Rose when he was healthy.
Right.
And like I said, you gotta and Tibbs can't go in. I mean, I like what they did. They moved some of his other pieces that he liked, his other toys, making them play. You know, now you got to use the other toys you got in the toy box. You can't use Old Faithful all the time.
Right.
My thing is, I don't want to see Derrick Rose getting a lot of time like that. Save Derrick Rose if later in the season, because like I said, you know, Icy Hot and Ben Gay can only go so far, and you can only give them so much BC powder.
Right.
So it just
assuming Tim does his expected lineup, let's say he goes and does his usual Fournier at the 2. So we're talking about, you know, obviously the bench, IQ, Grimes, Cam, Obi, and iHeart. Now that's a running squad. That squad can go 24/7, just running and flying back and forth with defense. So that is not necessarily a bad thing if Tibbs goes with as usual. Second team comes in and then they're scary. They can be scary in the first team because they're running people to death, and they got shooting, and they got balance all around. So you then bring in RJ a little early, and he's running with them. Bring in Mitch, take out iHeart a little early. Those two with Obi, and then bring Brunson back in. I tell you that all the way around, we could have a running team. I love the fact that Randall talked about the pace. And if Randall talking about pace, it means that IQ and Obi back there are salivating. Going, oh, snap, who's going to run this year? Okay.
Oh, man, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I was surprised when we got iHeart, when we got him in free agency. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I watched them, you know, out here. You know, I get the Clipper games being out. I'm out here in San Diego, so I get to see, you know, you see the Clippers and stuff. And I was like, okay, this cat here kind of, he all right. He's active. That's what I liked about iHeart. But you could use, you know, but to have a big man that can run the floor, that's a beautiful thing right there. Because that's gonna put pressure. That's a beautiful thing when you got a squad that can run and to be with and to be on Tibbs. Be one thing with Tibbs, and I do like this. And you know, we're all critical of them and everything. You have to be in shape.
Yeah.
You have to be in shape. And a lot of it is because you're going to play a lot of extended minutes with Tibbs. The only problem I got is you play extended minutes with Tibbs instead of monitor. You know, the starters playing as many minutes as they do. I would like to see them kind of even it out and get get somebody else in a rotation that can spell a player. Randall was playing the toilet. Entirely too many minutes. He and RJ. I mean, he put the saddle on their back and was riding them boys into the sunset.
To the sunset, man.
Well, you know what, Bean, you said that. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think some of that contributed to the missed free throws? Do you think fatigue?
Oh, God, yeah. I'll say that. I mean, with RJ, in RJ's situation, though, RJ's never been a good free throw shooter, man, because we can look at games. Look, when they were in the Sweet 16, when they were in the they got to the Sweet 16 and got knocked out.
Yeah.
And that's because RJ couldn't hit that elephant in the backside with an iron board from that free throw line, bro.
Right.
And then on top of that, you had him, man, going against them small forwards, man. And I think, man, RJ kind of got a touch of reality this year. This last season or whatever, man. But you know what? I think RJ he's looking stronger though. I just wonder if they're gonna play him back at the 3 or if they're gonna make him a 2. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with that situation.
See, that's the thing. And then see the other lineup, you know, if you don't put Cam in, you want to keep RJ at the 3. You can and have Grimes at the 2.
Yeah,
you know that's the thing. Because see, the problem is. You know, you didn't hear a lot of talk of Evan Fournier before recently. So I just me, maybe I'm reading between the wrong lines, but I think if they're going to make a move, it's going to be Evan Fournier to get moved up out of there.
Right.
I would.
And that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's what I'm hoping.
Evan holds up a lot. He
play him at the 2 some.
I mean, yeah, you could. The thing is I don't see. I mean, truth be told, I look at Evan. I don't look at Evan as a starting 2 guard. It's just me. I look at him more of a bench player. Come off the bench and give you that extend, you know, stretch the floor. Because the thing is his defense is it's not that he doesn't play defense. He won't play it. He tries. He just. He's not as fleet
foot
of
speed, man.
Yeah, he's not fleet of foot. Oh man, yeah.
He is not that. He is not that. Hey guys, I gotta get out of here, man. I'm gonna go in here and you know be husband Freezy. You know what I'm saying?
Freezy, you better stop being so hospitable, man. I might start being a regular if you keep being too hospitable like this, man.
Oh boy, so now I gotta go buy a bag of ice. I gotta go buy a bag of ice now. You know, LeBron like ice. You know, he like them drinks ice cold. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay. Hey man, but it was good having you here, man. It was good having you. It's good having the Louisiana trio back together again. And for those of y'all, I'm not from the boot, but I lived there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love. The only thing I don't like is them back roads. Them back roads have potholes in them.
Man,
mess up your tires.
Pool.
Yes, I'm gonna tell
and your
you.
front end.
Besides those back roads, those doggone mosquitoes, man. Those mosquitoes about the size of damn CH-46s. You don't know what it is? That's them big helicopters.
And sound
like and those deep ditches on those skinny roads. If you don't be careful, you end up in one of those on one of them S turns.
Yes,
them S curves. You got to be careful, man.
Especially since it rained down. There's a point in the year where it rained so much.
Yep,
bruh.
Man, look, that ain't no pump. And I'm gonna tell you, Freeze, this is the thing. People, hey, when those mosquitoes hit you, man, it sounds like somebody that punched you.
Yeah.
Man, guys, but before you small story, when the Hurricane Rita had came through, I had went in Sulphur. It was either Sulphur or Westlake, because we was like there was roasting a little a pig out there, and we was out there. I ain't never seen the mosquitoes that I seen this particular time after that hurricane. It's like they blew them all from Cameron area, and they just flooded in Lake Charles and Sulphur and Westlake. Big black mosquitoes, and at the end of it, that needle looked like a big sewing needle. Them jokers were so big, Freezy. Whenever they would land on your arm, you can feel them resisting when you try to brush them off your arm. They wouldn't move.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, look, man, look, them bad boys.
Holding on. You can feel them holding on to your arm.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey,
look like they had sewing needles on their mouth.
Yeah.
Look,
a friend of mine looked at that and seen one land on me. Said, "Man, you better be glad you got that thick material on, because he about to give you a tetanus shot."
Yes.
Oh man.
And that's because of Florida. That bad. Y'all remember how Florida did that thing where they sprayed the coast of Florida so all the mosquitoes can leave Florida and go down Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana.
Yeah.
You like, why y'all spray that? Now they over here. Now they going straight around the coast.
What make it so bad, man? They California, man, down here in San Diego, mosquitoes are bad, but they like little ones, man. Back there, man, back home in the booth, man. That's why people tell the kids get in at a certain time of the day, at a certain time when it was sun. Because mosquitoes are so big, they known for carrying children away and small humans, small adults.
Hey, so finger, I saw no lie, hand to the man, bro. I saw like a swarm of mosquitoes knock out a blue light. Y'all know what a blue light is? Y'all know how you put the blue light is and the bugs? It's a bug zapper. It's a bug zapper, right? I saw mosquitoes hit that thing like beep, 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 and the thing just tipped over.
Wow.
I tell you, man. I told you, man. Louisiana, mosquitoes in Louisiana, and I'm gonna tell you, the mosquitoes and the flies are like no other. Only other place I see
and love bugs. Don't forget love bugs.
And man, speaking crazy.
You got those palmettos though, those huge ass
and them June bugs. And them June bugs.
Yep.
Oh man.
I got
a lot of them mosquitoes.
I got them down here where I'm at. Man,
palmettos bring the straight bitch out of me. I'm sorry, but that it just makes me terrified when they start blindly flying at you like it knows that you're scared. No, I can't, bro. I can't.
Yeah, it's like an alien movie.
Man, I'm telling you, but hey, Freeze, I know you gotta go, but I'll just tell you this real quick. So, this is when I went home to bury my pop. Me and my brother went to check out my grandmother's house. So we go over there and we trying to, we want to go in and take a look because they had to board it up. The cat said, people broke in and started taking the copper out of the house. Yeah. So we were kind of like checking it out, and we were gonna pop take the plywood from across the door. Me and my brother.
Right.
Man, unbeknownst to us, they had hornets up in this joker, up in the right in front of the door. So we they came flying out. We was like, first we said that word. It's a family show. It's we said, oh ish. Yeah. We got to running, and man, that hornet hit my brother in the back. Man, I swear to God, he looked like Ricky off of Boys in the Hood when he got shot. Man.
Yes.
That hornet hit him in the back. He went, oh.
And so for the record, for those that don't know, there's a difference between hornet and wasp.
Yep.
Right. So wasp is like, you know what I'm saying, these smaller things, they mean as a dickens if you mess with them. Bro, hornets, they predatory. They predatory, bro.
Wow.
They see you because they see you coming. They like, let his head come over here. I got something.
Yeah, they say like that. They say, I got something for you. Man, I swear, man, my brother looked just like Ricky when he got hit in the back, bro. His chest went out forward, arms out.
You make it sound like a hornet just fucking his dick full of something.
Yeah, and then I'm telling you, man, it was just like when old boy rolled the window down and had that shotgun.
Yeah.
Ricky! And he hit him in the back. Yeah, and I looked like I was calling my brother's name like he was Ricky. And hit my brother. Hey, hit my brother in the back, and he fell over. Look, he fell over and he flipped, rolled head first, got up and kept running.
Yeah, because you can't go get him, because if you go get him, they're gonna come after you.
Yeah, look, that was my brother. I love my brother, but man, I had to go. But see, the thing is, it popped me and my dog, popped me and my peanut head, man. So I looked like I had a third head. I had another head. He looked like he had a foot growing out his back.
Yeah, he had that Flintstone knot. We call them Flintstone knots.
Man, better yet, I'm gonna say this when they take Jarvis back. Had that big bow hickey back there.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna thank y'all for coming through, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all keeping me company, man. We'll be back on tomorrow night, man. The Knicks at Night podcast, bro. I'll see y'all later on. Peace, y'all.
All right,